Parvo virus. This is considered as the number one most deadliest canine disease. It's only a 10% chance of survival if the dog comes down. You wake up one morning only to find the dog acting all lethargic, vomiting, belching and vomiting every now and then, and boom, to make things worse, it is accompanied by a very pungent, watery, it's a foul smell and all. Then yeah, you might begin with Parvo virus. As deadly as this virus is, it can be easily prevented. Ask me out. Judging from my previous and recent encounters with dog owners, I was able to deduce that most of these dog owners, it's either they are not aware of the existence of this virus, or they do not just know what symptoms to look out for. So the number one thing when tackling this virus is awareness of the existence of this virus. So it is important to note that the Parvo virus does not kill your dog immediately your dog contracts it. Yes, there's a window of a few days, which we can call the incubation period, before it becomes a fatal experience, and your dog starts to shit, starts to give out the foul, watery poop and all. And what are the things to look out for? What are the symptoms to look out for? You first notice that your dog becomes lethargic, and your once active dog, your dog that has been up and doing, just suddenly becomes lethargic. It loses its appetite. The dog that likes to eat meat and every other stuff, you are presenting this food to the dog, and the dog is not interested in it. The dog is getting interested in even engaging in activities that you've been doing before. Then you're having a problem. Another thing is vomiting. You notice your dog starts to vomit and belching every now and then, before finally, when it has graduated to dehydration. Another point is dehydration. Your dog stops taking water, and then this leads to dehydration, before finally you now start noticing, after a few days, you start noticing the bloody diarrhea. Immediately you notice the symptoms, the first thing you do is you quarantine that particular dog. You keep the dog in your quarantine. You keep the dog in its particular space that the dog will be separated from, in case you have other dogs, be separated from other dogs, and then you can actually protect those other ones, because Parvo virus is very, very contagious. If one dog should come down with it, it can actually pass it across to the rest of the dogs. And so you protect the other dogs, and then you call your vets to come and attend. So the number 2 points in preventing this deadly virus is your bowel security. Bowel security, yes. So now we've known, you're aware of the existence of Parvo virus. It is very important for you to know ways in which your dog can actually get this Parvo virus. And one of the ways your dog can get this Parvo virus, especially down here in Nigeria, is coming in contact with an infected animal, or someone who has been in contact with an infected animal, because just a strand of hair from an infected animal probably just falls on someone's lace or shoe, and the person carries that hair into your own dog's enclosure, and then your dog comes in contact with it. The Parvo virus can be passed. And very funny as this virus is, the virus can actually be in a place and be existing in that area if it's under favorable conditions, like months. And that is why you need to be serious about security, especially if you're in an area where there's an outbreak of the disease. So how do you go about this? Follow me. First thing is restrict your contacts with strange dogs. Restrict strange dogs from coming in contact with your dog. And if peradventure, restrict strange people from visiting your kennel or your dog's enclosure, especially when you have small puppies, you have young puppies around. And if for any reason anybody has to visit your home and is that urgent and important, practice antiseptic procedures, wash their hands with hypo. You can get them boots to wear once they are in your environment, sterilized boots, just to protect your dogs. Even you yourself, when working with your puppies, especially young puppies that have not even been vaccinated, that have not gotten their vaccination or thereabouts, ensure you practice those antiseptic methods as well, so as to protect your puppies from this deadly virus. Alright, so also when washing your dog's enclosure, ensure you make use of hypo to wash the enclosure thoroughly, and your dog will be safe. So moving on to the last point in preventing this deadly virus is ensure your dog's vaccination is up to date. Yes, Emeka, Vivian, these days it's expensive and the economy is not smiling. But when you ensure your dog's vaccinations are up to date, even if your dog eventually comes down with this virus, it has a higher chance of survival than a dog that is not vaccinated. Alright, so that will be all on today's episode. If you have questions, as usual, let us know in the comment section. If there's anything you want to call our attention to as well, let us know in the comment section. That will be all for now. See you in the next episodes.